stick with that. Yeah.
What's up?
Why not come back? You never know.
I
If
mean,
the people rise up.
next week is the last week, so I'm pretty sure we're not coming back for Season 9.
Well, we are going to have to make this a good one then. Fnatic looking to try and confirm their place in France, in Montpellier. And we're going to have to see whether they can do it in 2 or if the third map will arise. They start off on the T side. They are setting up their utility. Already JW able to get that first kill, looking to push around. Rallen is waiting in the corner, not going to be checked properly, and he gets the opportunity but only manages one. Nice shot from Taz, but it's quickly traded out from Brolin. And unfortunately, Niha in the backlines is already tagged up. Mouse will meet the same fate. Tries to go for the risky peek over the top. The fact is though, the bomb's gone down. JW in a good position to hold off any rotations. And this is a tough spot now for the Poles.
Also is actually going to block off JW. The thing is, JW is probably just going to push the smoke straight into him as they do touch guns. A little bit of unfortunate play for JW there in the timing, but there we go. Exists going to be able to chime in, gets the one-on-one. Looking for the last frag against Mouse, who does have 5 bullets left in a dream, but Exist is the Dream Eater as he shuts that down and gets Fnatic the round.
Yeah, he even picked up the kit towards the end in that duel, so if Mouse had connected the shots, he would have had time to defuse that bomb as well. Now, let's see whether or not Aristocracy are actually going to force into this one. A lot of teams do when they're on the CT side, get a scout, maybe some pistols, a little bit of utility, and even in some cases, for example, Hellraiser getting up a kit. That was a good choice in one of their wins, or round wins that they managed to achieve. Here, though, they're going to go for the early buy in the next round, so it means there'll be some limitations. The chance for the AWP to come up on Maniz, slim to none, unless he gets himself a kill or 2. Done some damage through the smoke at least. Taz is going to go pushing. Now 2 players dinked up. A chance at least for the CT side to do some damage. And with that early buy coming up, that is of course an important factor.
Taz actually did a hell of a lot of damage. JW and Brolin both down to below half HP from that. But Fnatic have been able to escape with all their players, maintain all their weapons, and currently there's no one even at the A site. So Fnatic easily have an opportunity to take this if they did know. And Aristocracy just looking for some kills here. Some much-needed kills to help make the next round buying a little bit easier. How do you feel about this series, by the way, in terms of how this map's going to go?
I'm still going to lean in favor of Fnatic. I think just this is a map that's been good in their map pool for a long time. You know that all the players, at least individually, are very comfortable on it. And the thing is, in the last map, they've had their ups and downs. So the fact that they managed to win that, I think the Fnatic are going to look to be clinical today. Like they have had their problems, and you think that they could have made things a lot easier for themselves. But they are still the team that when they need to get a win, they'll get the win. It was proven in Sydney when they get all the way to the final. And even when their roster has been in turmoil, which I wouldn't even say it is at the moment, but when it has in the past, they've still managed to surprise at tournaments. And well, Aristocracy not winning their pick, I think, is going to be their downfall.
Yeah, and looking at how Fnatic are starting on the T side, once they get CT, I think that's where they're going to start to really rack up some rounds. You have Crims in connector. You know, that's his position. We saw him even playing middle a little bit, too, from window. That man on your screen is very difficult to be stopped. So if Fnatic have a strong T side, I almost want to say, yeah, 2-0 for Fnatic. And I think for them, with how close they got to taking home IM Sydney, losing out against Liquid in that 5-map affair, not getting into the Pro League Finals would definitely dampen their spirits.
Wow, an aggressive middle take attempted by the CT side. Nice work from Maniz. Now that kill is actually more important than you might think, because otherwise that would have been a free site for Fnatic in a 5 versus 5, a difficult retake. But they've opened things up. It's already a weakened buy as they try to use these SMGs into a buy round. And already with a 2-man advantage, the only real thorn in their side could be Twist. The one rifle they have remaining, looking to come in on the flank. The thing is, the CT side, they should predict this position.
Oh, Exists. Well, they expect JW to be here too. Twist can be pushing up the bomb. Is not being defused at the moment. JW going to win on the trade against Mies and against Taz, but he's not able to get the last 3 as is by himself. Aristocracy able to capitalize off that. D-Hut getting a triple kill. Fnatic will still obviously be able to buy into this round, but maybe upgrading wouldn't have been the worst decision for him.
Yeah, I think with the amount of cash they had, though, it can just be seen as a bonus round. Like, they have so much money going into this one that they can do damage to their opponent's economy with the full bar that they have now. And they had a chance to not only get the bomb down, but kill off some of the weapon players that they had in the previous round. So I don't think it's a bad call if you have the extra cash. Now the pressure is on, though. So we'll see if they can now break back versus Aristocracy. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of the more aggressive plays out from this Polish side. We didn't see it so much on Overpass. Like, they were fairly standard in their setups. But on Mirage yesterday, they were much more willing to let Diha and other players off the leash and go for more aggressive peaks. Especially when you said they weren't going to do it as well.
It's like they got direct line to our comms, and they're just like, whenever I say
Just
something,
yours.
just do the opposite.
Just yours.
I feel bad for them. It's more of a torture and punishment than anything. I mean, he's still going to be looking at middle. Twist actually going to lose out a trade as he was in towards Palace. Typically, we see Crims hold that position where he likes to work it. Work it real good. As existing Brolin. He taking a hefty amount of nade damage here in middle. Looks like the push might come in towards... I still want to say towards A, considering Crims is back towards Palace. Trying to pull a slight pincer, but Diha with a great kill on a JW. Helps shut this down. The bomb, in the meantime, still down at the top of mid, so it's not like they can even push towards A, even if they get the kills. And speaking of that, Exist does get one. Taz, oh, he gets caught looking the wrong direction at the wrong time. Crims is going to take him down. Now the A side's going to be open. Yeah, Brolin rotating in from T-spawn. And Mouse and Manise have to fight 2v3. Most likely in an afterplay, unless somehow Mouse can drop Brolin.
He actually has a chance to, because he hasn't come through the ramp yet. He's actually going to go into Palace instead, which might mean that they just go for the default plant, which that would be perfect. Instead, it's actually Manise to drop him. Now the peak can come out from Mouse. There's nowhere that Crims can go, and he's going to be caught out. Now Exist has to do this clutch. He has to do it quickly, and it isn't going to happen. A great hold in the end, but I think just a little bit late getting that bomb onto the site and not having the correct positions held off before the bomb goes in.
M&M, as you talked about on Nuke, do it yet again. Manise and Mouse. Two-man squad. Able to win that 2v3, and again, that comes down to Manise catching Brolin on the drop from Palace. If they came in from ramp, could have been a different story.
Yeah, I think like that's much of a muchness. It's more just like Crims maybe needing to take control of some CT earlier if that's the plan you're going to go for with the amount of time on the clock. Manise was actually the one who dropped him anyway, so probably would have got him from ramp. But well,
a big stack towards mid. I mean,
yeah,
I know this isn't League of Legends, but this is feeling like ARAM right now.
This is what I was going to say. It's like we've seen this quite a bit from Aristocracy on Mirage. Is they are not afraid to take the fights versus any of the teams they've come up against. Like we saw yesterday in the game, the post-game interview with Taz, he said, yeah, just versus Optic, we just thought that we could take the fights versus them and we could win them. And it doesn't seem like that's changed even though they're facing Fnatic. And I think that may be something more of him personally. I don't think he's ever been afraid to go for man against any team, even if you sort of look back on it and you would say, okay, Fnatic probably do have the higher firepower here. But no matter the case, it is going to be Aristocracy with a leg up at least for now. He's going to miss the shot, however.
Brolin, though, he will not. And again, Fnatic are more than happy to play into this. Just like what we saw with Hellraisers, they constantly went into Angel, who they knew would be aggressive over and over again. And the only time they stopped is when they finally realized, all right, Angel's winning out on these trades for the most part, so let's just stop doing this. Let's play a little bit more passive, and yet they want to take the fight straight to the front door of the Aristocats.
Oh, that was just beautiful. Roland completely baited Twist into peeking in, and Diha was just holding the angle. JW has managed to find a kill into the window. We still have 3 players standing. This round isn't done. Crim starting to sneak through. The problem at the moment for Taz is he's somewhat surrounded. If Crims manages to get much further, this could be a big problem, and he won't need to exist. Finds the kill instead, and Crims already out towards the triple box is going to leave things problematic. Now for Dia, he jumps up looking for info and finds Crims instead. I suppose he does have the knowledge now, but for Mouse, oh, is he going to go through the murder hole? Yeah, there's a reason it's called that.
I mean, it can be a murder hole or it can be a glory hole. It depends on the outcome of what happens.
Not touching that. I refuse. Well, back we go, 3 for 3. Similar scenario came out on Nuke. We are going to have both teams once again in with a purchase. No AWP this time for the CT side. Brolin going to try and Molotov off the connector, but it's actually going to be the fast push coming in onto mid. Nade drop down, nice shot from Exist, but there's a second player there, it's Diha. Normally the man to find the trades, rack up those numbers, and he knows that there's another. Exist was the first one to get a kill. He's not fooled by the death of another teammate. Twist. Oh, he's not going to expect it, but he does still flick back. Catches off Rala, knows that Diha's still there. Can force him off the angle, but slightly misses him crossing. Will they expect him now to have gone back? No, Twist more than aware, but there's nothing that he can do about it. Diha's still just dropping bodies. And Exist just sort of cowering in the corner, just going, please just leave. I want to escape. He's not going to be allowed to. Even through the smoke, Diha is doing everything needed from Aristocracy. Unfortunately, his teammates are all falling around him, so we're still in a 2v2. But he does have the bomb.
Yeah, Exist who was carrying it, was trying to escape. JW luckily wins a trade, actually wins a battle out of B, wins a battle now in underpass, forces Diha to be by himself and to have to take the ace to take the round. And you know what? I'm not going to say how this is going to turn out because I'm going to jinx it either way, most likely. Now with bomb and 30 seconds left to go, it comes down to Crims in a one-on-one. Diha looking for the ace.
He knows where he's coming from, and this youngster is just fantastic. New to the scene, at least for many, but an ace versus Fnatic, and a round where his team desperately needed it. We were talking about the plays of the game that will be coming up later. I think that's definitely going to be on the list.
100%. The thing is, how many times have we seen Diha just hit like 1, 2, 3 kills in a round with this AUG?
He likes
SG
to scope.
AUG, yeah. I mean, he does some serious work with it, and he's been so consistent with it on top of things to make it even more difficult for teams to really battle out. I mean, as long as he's alive, the round's never over.
Yeah, that is for sure. Jump spot. Don't know if they will have seen Twist behind the flames, but the rest of the team going to be looking to make their way in towards this A site. Miniz looks for the peek into connector instead. Let's have a bit of support, but already tagged. No one coming in through the palace, though, gives Taz a very powerful position, but Brolin does enough. He has that solar AK, the hero AK, and that's what he's being at the moment. 2 kills, JW again catches one, trying to go through the murder hole, but he will himself be killed off by Diha. Still, though, this round has gone fantastically well for Fnatic, and leaves the CT side in a situation where they may have to save.
I think save is a very likely possibility. Exist able to pick up an op. They have to be happy about this. I think, well, more importantly, Twist will be happy about this. In the meantime, he's trying to look for some punishment on Diha. Would be good to get the AUG out of his hands, actually. Would be very nice considering what he just pulled off an ace with it in the round before.
Yeah, and actually in this round, although there were weapons to be found, none of them really were picked up. One AWP was retrieved by Exist. The only other weapon that they had going forward was the AK-47, which Brolin already had at the beginning of the round. So, still, the youngster manages both entries into the A site, and that is what the hero AK-47 is for. 4-on-4, scoreline equalized once again, and we're still yet to see anybody come out on top.
Much different story than on Nuke, though. It was a 6-1 scoreline for Aristocracy on the T side.
It sort of continued more so what happened at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like, the end of the game was anybody's until Fnatic eventually took it over the line.
So are we saying that's close to the beginning in this match, and then once we swap, it's going to be a landslide?
I don't know. I think it's more just going to be who finally breaks the economy in this half, who is going to take that victory. And for now, there isn't that much there for the CT side, but it's sort of at that point of where there's so little that they just go for it. So it's still going to be a force buy. But if Fnatic manage to win this one, they're kind of good for a little bit. They have a chance to build up some money, which neither team has managed to do. And they can just look to build into the half. The problem is the one man that they need to worry about still has a gun.
Now let's see here, though. Crim's going back towards Palace, where it's really impressed me over this weekend. And look at Fnatic, being a lot more cautious when it comes to middle, but Aristocracy have stopped going this direction. They have given up a little bit more control, trying to keep Fnatic guessing, and more importantly, make them use a utility to take position. Aristocracy, not really much weaponry. Diha, who's going to be over at the B site. And Fnatic taking their time here. Which I think, again, is a smart play, and considering how close Nuke was, considering how close almost every match they've had over this week has been.
Yeah, that's for sure. 45 seconds on the clock, and still undecisive about where they're going. They're going to start rotating towards the A site, and this could be a problem. 2 players over onto the ramp at the moment. Taz waiting, Mao's waiting as well. Starts to take a little bit of a peek back, but there's going to be information very early for this CT side. Quick kill, the turn away. Mao's looking for more, but eventually Exist is the one to put both players down, and Crims will catch the rotation of Ralen. This will give them the free roam of the A site. Diha desperately trying to rotate in, but after being a little bit late has just decided to try and hold, and he can't do anything this time. Fnatic, it may be late in the round, but they kill off every member of the CT side. The force buy has failed, and now they can look to build.
Did they just throw 3 Molotovs into jungle all at the same time?
I don't know.
Yes, they did. I
Okay.
was wondering why they threw 3 in there. Maybe some miscommunication, or maybe just taking advantage of the situation, realizing we have the site. Just make sure we can hold on to it in any way we possibly can. Back on the save here for the CT side. And Fnatic looking at a potential 6-4 lead here on Mirage. They are 1 map away, technically 11 rounds away. We're getting through to the finals of the Season 9 ESL Pro League.
Once again, CT side left with little to nothing in terms of their investment. They have a Deeg, a P250, and just their standard pistols. We can see that this round's going to be played very safely by Fnatic, just watching for any aggressive angles, Molotoving off the connector and short so they can gain full mid control and the ladder room. Also making their presence known in towards that B site and forcing Taz back, and he will eventually be caught quickly and concisely, shutting down any worry on that site with the majority of the players over on A. CT side kind of just have to hope that they can get an exit here. Twist, definitely not been on point so far, but it hasn't been so much of a problem. Roland's been performing, JW seems to be back to the guy that we saw on the first day. Definitely performing. I think he got 20+ kills every map on the first day, didn't he?
That's a stat you came up with. I'll go with you on that one. Day 2, that definitely didn't happen.
No. I remember saying it on day 1, so I'm going to assume past me was correct. I trust myself. No one else
I don't
does.
trust past me. If you saw the pictures and you saw the hair choices.
Yeah, at least you have a choice.
You have a choice. You could let it grow out and be one of those guys that like tries to comb it over and lets it grow really long.
I don't want to look like... Well, actually, no, I'm not orange enough to look like Donald Trump.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Banks. He started to spike his hair.
Okay.
6-4 for Fnatic. Picked up for Nice. No kit, though.
12 kills as well.
No kit on the side of... on the CT side here. Aristocracy lacking that, so they're going to need to contest or retake quickly. Taz has decided to push up middle. And Taz got a kill. And a second as well onto Twist. The op is now out of the hands of Fnatic. And just like that, as quick as the round has started, Fnatic are down to 1 man and 1 man only. JW, who you said got 20 frags a map. Well, here's his opportunity to add 4 more to the tally.
He's getting ever closer, but not in this scenario. 6-5. Again, a very aggressive round thrown in by Aristocracy, and I'm liking it. They're actually hugely successful, even when it's not Diha making the plays. Like Taz in that scenario, able to get 2 in a situation that we almost definitely call a one and done. Like, you're out in the open. And then even just the trade back after he dies coming in from Anise to give them such a huge advantage. And even once that is done, they still then push ramp. So they're looking to take more control at all times. And I think this is more just their decision that, okay, if we just play on normal Counter-Strike, we try and be passive and like wait for Fnatic to come to us, we're not going to win those duels. They'll isolate us. They'll pick us off. If we surprise them and come out fighting, come out swinging, we have ourselves a chance.
Well, that's what they did at the beginning to get the advantage, right? In middle.
Yeah.
Being very aggressive, sending like 5 players there. Able to challenge out up against Fnatic. Double up setup now, though, for the CT side. Aristocracy with Mouse and Manise, the M&Ms. What kind of M&M would you be if you had to be one?
The rapper, he's got lots of money.
I'll give you that one.
But these guys, they're not hoping to drop bars, they're hoping to drop bodies and exist. He's going to be the one doing that onto Taz. And it's going to be Rylan still within the ladder room. They definitely expect him to be here, waiting for him to peek. The X-Ray teasing us with a potential kill. Exist will just walk into the ladder room instead and kill him off. He really is having a great game so far. Him and JW, the deadly duo from Sydney. Diha the man trying to stop them.
Mouse able to take down Twist, who's trying to sneak through connector. I don't know, 3-on-3 exists though, gonna look to turn the tide. I mean, he hits the shot through the box. Not an easy shot to hit. Brolin, oh my gosh, almost got caught up by Diha. I want to say saw him. Down to 2, it looks like they're gonna regroup and actually if Diha, if Brolin, Brolin, get your gun out. Get your weapon out. Get your weapon out, son. All right, well, Diha's gonna get the bomb down and now it's all on Crims, 1v3 with no bomb in hand in his position. Most likely given away. What is with Diha? Oh my lord,
good.
16 kills now. Another triple for him after the ace from earlier on. I keep seeing them all like, you know, fist bump each other, like good job, good job. Honestly, they should all just be fist bumping Diha.
Well, just walk in and
just walk up and just go give him a fist bump, yeah, because how he's playing.
His fist in the center and everybody else around him.
Yeah. That's how you become a Power Ranger.
Well, 6-6. Back to level pegging once again. It has not been a clear victor throughout this half so far. Twist really having a quiet game with this AWP. It's a hefty investment to have and not always necessary. He's going to be looking for that opening pick once again. The double AWP setup on the other side, so this may be used as more of a counter. Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. He'll take kills like that all day. No one watching in the connector, and I'm sure Mouse definitely have some frustration after that one. Diha doesn't know that JW's just on the other side, waiting for him. Oh, they're literally touching tips, and who's going to realize Diha? He didn't like the fondling going on, so close down JW.
I'm still amazed that they gave an angle for Mouse to be shot from short. Maybe they didn't expect Twist to push up that far without more coverage.
I think it was because Diha was transitioning from there to window.
Okay, well, Crims in the meantime able to get a kill on the Taz. That was towards the A site. Rollin trying to punish Twist, which Twist is being very cocky here, and he actually turns around at the exact perfect time, down to 1 HP, gets the shot. And as Exist chiming in, looking to actually take the lead back for Fnatic. Diha, you've done it before, but unfortunately you can't do it again. I don't know if it's Swedish, but that sounded very exciting.
Yeah, I want to know what he said. I would like to know. But I feel like in this tournament, I've seen more players on 1 HP than I've ever seen before. Like, it seems to be a regular occurrence, like a couple every single map. Just they're all survivors, Jason, unlike myself. That would not work well in the wild.
Destiny's Child be happy.
Question is, though, Jason, is who is going to make it? And oh, they do manage the double. It is going to be Maniz to find one back with the AWP, retreats into the connector, but the big problem is they're going to go running into Mouse. He's waiting on the other side of the smoke. The Molotovs fall in. Exist will run right in, but gets past his crosshair. He even hits the dink onto Crims. It's not one, but it's two. However, the trade comes in. A chance now for the CT side. There's so many low players on the other side. It's Twist with the AWP. I wonder if he'll hand that to JW. Employ Bogdan's Law. Nice shot from Maniz. The bomb, however, does go down, but Rarlan, the distraction's been made. He has to try and capitalize on it. JW so low on HP, and he snaps him through the wall, leaves it all onto Twist. The 1v2 begins. It's quickly diminished, and he's going to get shot through the wall as well. Just looking to try and survive this one. Finds the first. Rarlan throwing grenades to try and whittle him away, but he needs to hit the shot, and Rarlan, he gets him instead. It's close again, but it's not quite enough. As a 7-7 scoreline, there is nobody taking this half at the moment. But the next round will decide it.
Thank you, Captain Obvious, for that astute observation. Sorry, I have to.
At least when I say something actually happens. Somehow they'd probably end up no one winning the round.
You have to realize that maybe I'm saying things the way I say it is because I know actually will happen. I mean, technically, I'm predicting it correctly, just the other way around. I'm predicting it wrong. My wrong makes it right. Don't think about it. You'll hurt yourself.
I would have done really well in school if that was how it worked. No, I got everything wrong on purpose. I'm actually a genius. No.
Well, last round of the half. Mac 10 for Exist and MP7 for Diha and Taz. Honestly, I would have given the AUG to Diha with how he's been playing. He's basically on fire, but they want to get aggressive towards ramp. And again, they've done this before. Definitely open to being aggressive in odd positions, and the information's going to be there. The node, the push is coming in towards B. Mouse going to be anchoring the site by himself. The rotations come back through. Brolin gets a big kill they needed. Can't get the bomb down just yet. He needs some help for some teammates to clear up more of these angles. And Maniz pushes straight through the window. And he's not going to get the second. Brolin on 6 health picks that one up.
Still, though. Again, there's a lot of damage done to Brolin. Diha, it doesn't seem to matter what weapon he has in his hands. He's winning these duels, and Rarlan picks off the other. It's looking good for Aristocracy here, but Exist, he's been a bit of a king in the server himself. He's getting shot from behind, however, the flank was good, and Rarlan takes the frag. 8-7, the victory will come in for the Poles, but it could not have been closer in our first half. The brawl is going to continue after we come back from the break.
Glory.
Dancing on my own when you spill that ramen coke on my t-shirt. Yeah, your eyes made it difficult to get my baby. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette, that first sight, the way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And what next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette, lights first started the way.
Welcome back, everyone, to the ESL Pro League as we're in our final match of Group A of our second stage of Season 9. I'm Jason Kappen, joined by Tabiz. Either the team there, the Poles, Aristocracy, either they will go through into the third map, or they will fall here, and the boys of Fnatic will take the victory and get themselves through into the finals in Montpellier. Getting better at it, right?
Yeah, that one sounded pretty good.
All right, I'll take it. Well, we see how this one's going to happen, because Aristocracy got 8 rounds on the CT side of Mirage, and now move over to the T side and are up against, well, Crims and his lovely, lovely little connector.
Yeah, he had a fantastic pistol round last time. He's in the mid window this time as the smokes fall in. Brolin looking to be sectioned off. They want to try and push this CT spot and remove him, but instead he takes down Maniz. And that's all they really needed. He got the opener. A second picked up with Crims by his side to get the third, and Crims now does the rest. 3 kills again from Crims on CT side pistol rounds. A different position completely, but this man is just a god on this map.
He's doing well, and this is what I was trying to say in the break, like, what are the chances we think, oh, come on, play 4. Play 4, please. D has ace. Has to be the play. But anyway, so looking at this map, looking at the half now, more important that Fnatic are going over to, with them taking 7 rounds on the T side and then moving to CT, I find it hard for Taz and his boys to win this now. I mean, I don't want to say they can't, because obviously it would be nice to have both these teams get through the finals, but this is going to be such a tough match, especially if Brolin starts to step up like he has been relatively quiet over the course of the series.
Yeah, he was definitely decent on Nuke, like having some impact frags. He's had some good openers as well here.
Oh my God.
But if he can start kicking up to the level we already know he has, which is ridiculous considering his age, but yeah, he really could be the difference. And I think we know that Crims is going to have a better second half than he did at first, so that's almost a given. Then you've got the fact that Exist and JW were already popping off, and I think that, yeah, I agree, they are going to be in some trouble. At the same time, D has been working his magic once again, and Maniz seems to be fairly confident with the AWP as well, so I don't want to rule out the Poles, but this is definitely going to be a tough map, and losing their one, well, it's going to have to be a good turnaround. Either way, they've got the better buy in this scenario. AKs and the SG. Still a scout for JW, and everybody else just keeping their weapons from the previous, but already so much damage has been done. The scout, with the help of Crims, picking off a first. The CT side have already sort of done what they needed to do in this initial mid-presence as they found the opening kill.
We've talked about Brolin when it comes to playing ramp, right? And how well he can do it, how aggressive he can get. I wonder if he's actually going to be more aggressive here in this map. We can already see him pushed up. No information. Well, sorry, there is information because he sees no one. That's what I was trying to say. Twist, though. Oh, Taz sneaks in right at the perfect time. Does put things back at 4 apiece, and technically they have a health advantage here. They have a weapon advantage. And they have the B site almost open, as Exist is going to be there to defend.
Well, back into our 4v4. Some damage done already to the CT side. Utility fairly minimal, though. A couple of smokes, one of them already being expended. The trade comes in. The spray through is actually going to be enough to kill off Exist. However, Crims is still here. Not for long, however, as he'll be dropped by Aralen. The SMG of Brolin is all that remains to defend this B site as the bomb is planted. Not going to be an easy retake, just even based off the range of this weapon. Luckily, Aralen already tagged, and also an AUG for him to find. The Incendiary looking to try and force him off, but D is not missing today. The SG back in his palms is as deadly as it gets. And that will be a round on the board for the T's.
Very important round 2. And again, if we want to see them take this map and take us to a third, I think Diha is going to have to be the player to step up. We've already seen so many great moments of brilliance within his play these last 3 days. He's now on 21 frags, and only one other player's past 10. That's Ron at 11. To be fair, Diha did get 5 from an ace.
Yep.
But that is still 5 kills more than anyone else on the team. And there's another 2 to add to the
I
list.
just love how easy he's able to transition that spray. Like, it is impressive without using the scope. I think Chris J... I'd love to see him and Chris J have an SG off. Or a Krieg off. Either way.
What about MBK?
I haven't seen him use it as much.
He was one of the first people to use it.
No, I just mean from what I've seen recently.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Crims.
Oh!
All right, Crims. Crims is like, all right, no. Diha, I could do you one better. He's going to get mouse too, watch.
Oh, no, he's turned away. The timing. Crims is just on a tear at the moment. Jason happy just because he finally got something right.
I told you, he went to the gym today. He's focused. He's ready to play. If you guys are thinking about going to the gym, don't do it just yet. Wait till after we're finished today, and then enjoy your free wins in matchmaking. Or at ESCA.
This is just ridiculous. The third shot, just clean. And then the timing through the smoke. Crims really has had huge impact. Triple kill in the first. And then we see him in this round as well, getting a quad kill with the Deeg. And these are the sort of rounds that, okay, you do see from other teams, but I feel like you see from Fnatic far more regularly. Like, they're able to just pull off ridiculous rounds.
It goes back to what Chad said on day 1. Fnatic, they win close matches off of clutches.
Yep.
And being able to get a 4K like that with the Deagle when he lost the round before, you didn't really have much weaponry. Diha gets a quick double towards underpass. And Crim steps up when they need it.
And they had it on Nuke as well. Like, that pistol play from JW is just, it should have been impossible. I said it at the time, I'll say it again now. Like, just what he was able to do, and Chad said as well, to isolate those different players and manage to just win those 1v1s when there's 3 players surrounding the bomb that you need to retrieve and go plant somewhere on the map. It shouldn't be possible. And we've seen many of those plays. Mouse, similarly, the 2 versus 5 we had for the Polish side as well. They've both been doing it. It just seems that Fnatic are able to pull them off in the most integral situations. For example, right now, when the money is now screwed again for the Polish side.
But I mean, Diha has a Deagle, so I don't want to say the round's over just yet. It's a battle between him and Crims. But Fnatic looking to edge onto the 11 mark. They already have the first map done. They win here or win in the next, they'll be getting through into the finals, where they previously last year did not make it. And this round looking almost over now. JW able to get a second. Diha. I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like he's gonna get a one dig here. Well, he did get 1 dig off. He just didn't get the kill with it.
If you say so.
I'll find some way to make me sound like I was right, even if I was completely wrong. But Fnatic should be going up 11-9 now. And I wonder if...
I like how you still said should when he's in a 1v5 with the
yeah,
armor.
of course I'm going to say should. With my track record, are you kidding me? You saw the clip yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that was 1 kill. That's a 1v5 Deagle ace. Like, you need to get some confidence, Jason.
I've got none when it comes to Counter-Strike now.
It's getting dangerous.
It's literally everything I say, the opposite happens.
Well, Abai will be coming back in for Aristocracy.
Wait, Ron's not bought up. He's got 4,500. Take a second to think.
I wondered if that was some tech issue, but it
Quick
seems
little
like
stretch,
it's okay.
You know?
Maybe a stroke of the beard. That's what I'd be doing all the time. Right? Like, I feel like
grow
it
your
makes
beard out.
It itches my face.
Get beard oil. Properly
Effort.
moisturize.
I don't even wash my hair, so why would I do that?
If you're... Never mind. Hold on. We'll get back to this in a second because Twist is going to have a lot of action coming towards him. The flashback actually blinding up himself. I think that was Diha. JW going to be here to provide some support. Twist trying to get a kill here and is able to do so against Mouse. JW locking them down as they try to transition towards the point. And they're just not able to get the frags, especially with D-HUD dead. They don't really have a big entry, a big way to get through, and it looks like this buy-up is just not going to work out for them. Fnatic up 12-9.
Yeah, a lot of damage done onto the players from Fnatic, but they don't manage to get a single kill. So the CT side making up the finances, a stronghold, and it just took them too long. And I think that's one of the big problems with, well, not only apartments, but this map in general, is there's plenty of positions where you can get bogged down. And I think that's the decision you have to make, to either just run into the site and try and probe out, or if you are just going to run away. And I think they took too long. And by the point, so Twist initially was one of the only defenders of the site. They then get stuck, and by the point they actually go to push in, the whole Fnatic roster are already waiting for them.
I'm looking happy too. Twist, all smiles for him. He'll learn eventually though. And you gotta be like Crims and show no emotion. It's do or die time, 12-9. This game is slowly starting to slip away. Say that 5 times fast. No. Let's see again, buying up into the pistols. Again, 23 frags for Diha, 10 for Minis, 11 for Rollin. And Mouse and Taz have yet to surpass 10. It looks like they're gonna bombard this A site. Brolin channel his inner refresh here.
Smoke's going to be falling. I think CT side might be forced into a retake scenario, but they've got it clear for Brolin. And he sprays through, almost manages to get a second. The problem is Crim's found another. And JW just gone through. He doesn't want to allow them a bomb plant at all, starting to feel confident in his ability. And while now all the smokes have faded, the chance for this round has slipped away. Twist will be there at the close. AWP retrieved as well. And I think they know the way this game is going at this point. The T's, once again, will get a bye, however. Minis on that AWP. He needs to start having some impact with it. No surprise to see Diha with that SG in hand, but I don't think he's going to be able to carry the game versus Fnatic all on his own.
I think there was some sort of question in the back of our minds today, all the people out there watching, of what kind of Fnatic would show up. Because day one, not really existent.
There we go.
Day two, we started to see some life in them. But this might be one of the biggest scorelines they've had. If they can close this off in the next 3 rounds in the last 3 weeks. I think even including IM Sydney.
Well, the thing is as well, this is one of the performances we've seen where pretty much everybody is stepping up for them as well.
Yeah, everyone's had their own moments.
Yeah. Oh, Brolin forced back away from his little box position. Still yet to cross to the side, but a lot of time for Aristocracy to make their move, and some isolated players. JW will still be able to find the kill. Has to be careful. That would not very good at stopping bullets, but he's managed to sneak his way in towards the site. Can he catch anyone off guard? He's going to spot Taz. Now waiting to try and find the remaining players, and he gets the second as well. Mao's still going to be boosted up. JW, his only support.
You got 1 bullet, son. Okay.
Not going to hit it. That would have been fantastic if he did. Mao's still waiting on the balcony. Will be spotted out, but it's too little, too late. JW has to be the one to make the play and doesn't connect the shot onto Mao's. That was his best chance, but gets another. And now knows the Minis is going to be waiting. Watching onto the ramp, the bomb starting to tick away as he looks to try and speed up the process. Goes in with a P250, but Minis this time, he gets the first and the last to put this round to bed.
The M&M duo yet again. Get an ace between the two and keep Aristocracy's hopes alive. 10-13 and potentially our final map, of the day. And Fnatic, luckily they're able to buy up into this round. And still have at least a partial buy into the next with Twist at 4,900. And again, Aristocracy going back to more of a relaxed style. I feel like this is just a better map in general for them. If you think back to Overpass and Vertigo, they just seem to butt their heads constantly, trying to do the same thing over and over again without playing this lax style to allow people to excel like D-HUD to just put off a pick out of nowhere. He's got a Galil. He's good with the Galil, as we've seen on Nuke, as we've seen yesterday. But is he good enough to take down JW, who's just waiting for him to take that position in the corner?
Yeah, risk. Maybe not worth taking. And he's looking for some sort of opener. The rest of the team just lurking back, maybe going to head in towards the A side of the map, but instead it seems like through middle they'll go. Smoke expended to the edge of the connector to isolate Crims. Gonna look to try and find a gap in it, but isn't gonna be there this time. Now we see the remaining utilities start to be expended from this T side. D-HUD gonna be the one to round the corner, but Crims is ready and waiting, spammed through the wall, but he's still standing. Taz making his way around the edge of the smoke and will be there to trade. Mouse now needs to make his presence known as Taz continues to push him, and he finds another, but Brolin, lurking within the site, has managed to make things interesting. Taz going strong, but they know that this man's still here, so they have to switch up their plant position. Molotov gonna go down at least to do some damage, and the spam through leaves Twist all on his own. 1 versus 2. Knows roughly where these players are gonna be, but the wraparound from Rarlan, we've seen him make some pretty damn good rotations so far in the series, but the smoke make things a little bit interesting. He knows that he needs to be there in case he has to spam through the smoke, and that may be the case here. As the defusel's attempted, it's faked, but Maniz will take down Twist anyway.
Maniz again, hitting these shots when they matter. Back-to-back rounds with 2 or more kills. We talked about everyone on Fnatic really stepping up. Well, we know what? Maniz is starting to do just that here for Aristocracy. Getting the round 1 step closer to take us to a 3rd and final map. That was a great shot by Taz, too. And he didn't even stop to pick up the gun out of Crims. He just continued to push up. He continued to look for another kill. And Train, if we do go to a 3rd map, will be our decider. But that's a little bit too early to determine, with it just being 13-11.
Yeah, this map still needs to be decided. Montpellier for Fnatic, or a 3rd map, and everything on the line if Aristocracy can take this map instead. We've started to see the rise of some of the players on the roster. A great round from Taz as well with his opening picks, taking a leaf out of Angel's book. Now we're actually going to see the AWP into the hands of Twist instead, mainly due to monetary reasons. We'll see if he can be the one to light the fire in this round. It's not a full investment, at least for the CT side. They are saving money for the next round. Brolin even with 3,000, so likely to be able to drop an AWP if necessary. But with both Crims and Twist on guns, I wouldn't be overly surprised if this is a lot more difficult than you might expect.
D-HUD just has the read. So JW's out of the fight in this round. Looks like the bomb will make its way over towards A, where Exist is going to be waiting. Crims on short to rotate, so there is a chance Fnatic could still take this round if Exist can get the information early enough to allow Crims to turn and help. No kit in the hands, though, of Fnatic. So if they're going to play for this round, they have to prevent that bomb from going down or retake extremely quickly. Here we go, the push coming through. Crims going to turn around to look to help out. Had to hit so many shots here, and the shots he does hit, that's 2, and he gets the 3rd onto D-HUD as well. Crims might have to save the round here for Fnatic.
He's got himself a 4th as well. Taz just trying to be sneaky.
Nice.
Oh, this is ridiculous. He's just trying to be a hidden monster in the back. Wants to do what he can to try and save this round for his team. At least needs to reduce the economy of his opponents going forward. Crims has been boosted up, but Taz has managed to sneak his way around. Twist is going to be spotted. He's trying to still play the lines, get a little bit further before taking the shot. Gets the second as well. Taz is still going, but the time's run out. It's all on to damage. I think I was as focused as he was on what was going on. He still does so much in terms of ruining the economy, unfortunately. The round slips away. What a round from Crims.
He might have ruined the economy, but I think Crims might have ruined the hopes of Aristocracy from getting into a 3rd map.
I can't see anything there.
It's because they're not Crims.
Maybe he eats like a lot of carrots. Like, I heard that's how
It's a
you.
myth.
I know it's
It's not actually true.
I know.
I think it's probably because he went to the gym. You know, you have to get
Doesn't
blood
help you
pumping.
see.
Got his brain working quicker. Gives you X-ray vision through smokes.
Oh yeah.
You didn't hear about that? Oh, yeah.
Maybe someone called Jim who installs something on your computer who can give you sight.
It's a
through
text
smokes.
document, right?
Word.
Fnatic, though, I mean, they had not much in that round. And just off the back of one great individual clutch play yet again out of Crims, keeps their hopes alive and keeps them in the lead. Aristocracy investing so much into this round. They need this. And JW, he wants to put his foot down. He's had enough of this. He wants to end this in a 2-0 fashion.
Well, Mouse. I'll have a bit of information. They've got to be careful from Brolin's position here. Will he be expected? He will, but it's not going to matter. D has fallen. He's been one of the main members of this Aristocracy side. JW looking to put everything to bed. A second frag from him, dropping the bomb on the ramp. Even jumping up for a little bit more with Rallen sat on the other side. The fact is they're still going to know that Brolin is sat in the sandwich. Well, in fact, JW is even going to force him all the way back. The little nade thrown out just to make things that little bit worse for the T side. They are now stuck.
And with a kill in middle out of Crims, actually it was out of someone else. I think out of JW maybe or something. It allows them to get control. And JW, look how far pushed up he is. The confidence is there. Confidence will come back to bite him in the rear end. However, on a 1-on-4, Rallen needs the ace in the next 30 seconds to prevent Fnatic from going to map and match and France point.
So he's managed to retrieve the bomb, but I think at this point he has just opted to save. The time on the rotation may have been there, but well, what are the chances of him winning it anyway? So keeping that AWP seems to be the better of the two options. CT side don't actually have that much cash themselves, so don't look like they're going to be overfacing too much. They'll be able to send one player in here to try and fight, but instead just going to be the retrieval of the AWP and the option to save. Map and series point. Fnatic looking to do what was expected of them. They didn't quite do it in the fashion that many would have, but they've definitely kept things exciting. And now Aristocracy. A team that I feel are hard not to love, but they really are fighting up against, well, the might of Fnatic. I think that's all I can really say.
Quick little attack pause just to talk some things over. You can almost see that, I think, the dread setting in some players' eyes. They need to channel the inner Fnatic here and not give up until that final round goes on the board. And Diha there on your screen, he's had a great little week so far. He's impressed, I think, a lot of different players out there, and I think he's definitely grown and shown he's been growing over time under the care and leadership of Taz. But look what they've got in their inventory. Rallen, it's basically all on his shoulders. If he can make something happen with the AWP and potentially the last round of today. And looks like the push will come towards B. Krim shut this down before. He's going to be in mid this time. Someone's going to have to do something. Diha with the AK. And here comes the push.
He's going to have to be the one to lead the charge. They smoke onto the Molotov. JW already kicks things off. Exist able to transition as well. This is the beginning of the end for the Polish side as it's left all onto Rallen. A 1 versus 4 turn 3. Bomb dropped on the floor and so much utility being flung in his direction. Look at the rotation coming through from the CT side. They want to completely reposition. He even takes a little bit of damage that he really couldn't afford. Exist now looking on the flank. There were 2 players on short just moments ago. Rallen may be confused as he's got to try and work out where they have all gone to. Looking to try and retrieve the bomb. You can see Fnatic are just waiting. If he goes for a plant, they'll surround him, rush him down and finish off the final man of this Polish side. The fact is, he's just trying to clear everything. He knows that if he goes for a plant here, there is going to be players in on his position. Incendiary going to be thrown out, and he's going to try and risk it. The CT's yet to move, just in case it's a fake. But you can see the rotation now coming in from Exist. Nice shot from Marlon, though. He at least manages to net the first. Knows that Crims is likely to be around that angle, just checking to see if anybody else is there. But in the meantime, Exist slowly pushes in on his position from the apartments. He spots him as well. Only 3 HP. A pistol would do the trick, but he does want to keep this AWP and spots out Crims as well. They're both looking to spray onto his position, and it's a nice attempt from Ralen, but it is not quite enough. Fnatic, they've done what was expected of them here. It's just taken quite a bit longer.
You know, they did it in the end. They get themselves through to France, and they have to be happy about that, and especially about the individual performances that happened. Crims had so many crucial rounds.